So first of all, we need to identify what keywords we're actually going to do the keyword research on. So there's a big temptation here to jump into the tool and sort of get working with it. But there's a little bit of work we need to think about. So the first thing we need to do is we need to go to the customer, the client, or maybe you're doing it for your own website. What you need to do is just write a big list of everything that you want to list for in the search engine results. So this is literally everything. So if you're doing it maybe for a customer, what you want to do is have a look at the website, and in the services section, or maybe under the products, under the category headings, this type of thing, we're going to make a big long list of everything that they offer that they want to promote, because there are items quite often people don't want to promote. And so what we're going to do is going to use this keyword research, which is absolutely critical. We must get this bit right. And this is where people start going off doing keyword research without understanding the implications of what they're doing. So we're actually, when we're doing the keyword research, we're thinking about the products and services on offer. We're thinking about our paid advertising, because the digital marketing logic methodology is actually a framework, an integrated digital strategy. So what you find is quite often people will do Facebook, or they do paid advertising, or they just do SEO. The problem with that is it's not going to work. You need an integrated digital marketing strategy based on the foundations of everything you do online. The analogy being that of a building. If you don't put the right foundations in, the wall is going to fall over. You're going to have to rebuild the wall because you haven't put the right foundations in, and obviously that's going to cost you money, which means you're not going to get the return on investment you want. So this here is absolutely critical. I cannot emphasize to you how important this element is. So we're going to use it for the paid advertising. Again, then going to take the data from the keyword research, the low-cost data from the paid advertising, where we're going to deliver our content strategy and do our SEO. And that's why this work here is critical. This is here, when we do keyword research, it tends to take us probably about 2 weeks. By the time the customers come back and agreed the keywords that we want, and we've actually done that keyword research, it's usually about 2 weeks. So it's obviously, if you knew what the keywords are and you were doing it yourself, you could obviously do it a lot quicker. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at these keywords that the customer has given us, or we found from the website. What we're going to do is we're going to group them together. So what I've done here is, first of all, I've looked for, you can see this is a rattan garden furniture. So what I've done is I've grouped it here. So I've got teak garden furniture, and I've put the teak sets and teak benches with that. We've got the rattan garden sets, so everything to do with rattan is in there. Everything to do with aluminium garden furniture is in here. So these are the items here that are not in bold, that the customer has, but he doesn't necessarily want to actually promote. So we will do keyword research on this anyway, so that if he wants to do that at a later date, or he wants to promote that through his content strategy, obviously that's important as well. But these highlighted ones, these are all going to be part of our paid advertising. So what we want to do is we want a really, really low cost, efficient, effective keyword list that we can use to set up our paid advertising, and this is why we're grouping them together. So you'll notice what I've done in this case is the budget is fairly high on this particular website, almost £500,000 a year. So it's something like £2,000 a day is what this chap's spending. So what we're going to do is we are going to have multiple campaigns. So this is where you need to think as well, what is my budget for the paid advertising? So the paid advertising, what we tend to do is we tend to start at just €1, £1, $1 a day, okay, just to get us started. Okay, what we're going to do over that 3-month period is going to work out what keywords are working for us, and the important bit is at a price that business can afford. So in this case, the budget is very big, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put multiple campaigns in. So obviously, well, maybe not obviously to you at the moment, but you set the daily budget for a paid advertising campaign. You set it at just you set it at £1 a day, but what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're spending the money as wisely as possible, is what I'm trying to get at. So here what I've done is I've put in teak garden furniture, and then I've added this here as an ad group. So that's how I've laid it out. So here, rattan garden furniture will be the campaign level, and these ones here will be the ad group under the paid advertising. So we need to think about and group them, so cluster the data together, so we're doing the keyword research in the right way, so when we get to the paid advertising, we're going to make life so much easier for ourselves. So in this case, the daily budget is going to be £1, €1, or maybe $1 at this level, at the campaign level, and all these are going to take that budget as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to filter out. This may all sound very complicated at the moment, but I'm going to walk you through each step of the logic methodology. Like I say, by now you should have a pretty good understanding of what the strategy is, providing you've taken that 90-minute call from us where we're going to apply our methodology to your website. So you should have a pretty good understanding of what it is I'm actually talking about at this stage. If you want to go back and take the 90 minutes, just click the link on Keyword Strategy Tool and book in for that 90-minute recorded session. There's no commitment. And then what we need to do is group these keywords. So this bit here, seriously important. And a lot of people just, when I see their keyword research, it makes me shudder to think, in a lot of cases we work for digital agencies, and I just think they've just rushed it. This is an element of your digital strategy that you cannot rush. You've got to make sure it's right. Now I've made this look quite simple and quite easy. You may need some advice on that, and obviously we're here to help.